Today we are going to see how all information we have studied previously in this chapter was used to study malaria. We will go through the history of this disease to know how biology solved the biological problem concerning the cause and transmission of malaria. More than 2000 years ago, physicians were familiar with malaria. They described it as a disease of chills and fevers with recurring attacks. They also observed that the disease was more common among people living in low, marshy areas. It was thought that the stagnant and dirty water of marshes poisoned the air, and as a result of breathing in this bad air, people got malaria. This belief led to the name of this disease. The Italian words mala means bad and aria means air. For further clarification of the observation, some volunteers drank stagnant water from the marshes. They did not develop malaria. In the 17th century, when America was discovered, many plants from America were sent back to Europe to be used as medicines. The bark of a tree known as quina was very suitable for curing fevers. It was so beneficial that soon it was impossible to carry enough bark to Europe. Some dishonest merchants began to substitute the bark of another tree, cinchona, which closely resembled quina. This dishonesty proved much valuable for mankind. Cinchona bark was found to be excellent for treating malaria. We now know the reason. Cinchona bark contains quinine that is effective in treating the disease. At that time, physicians treated malaria with cinchona without understanding the cause of malaria. 200 years later, it was found that some diseases are caused by tiny living organisms. After this discovery, it also became a belief that malaria, too, might be caused by some microorganism. In 1878, a French army physician Lavon began to search for the cause of malaria. He took a small amount of blood from a malarial patient and examined it under a microscope. He noticed some tiny living creatures. His discovery was not believed by other scientists. 2 years later, another physician saw the same creatures in the blood of another malarial patient. 3 years after the second discovery, the same creatures were observed for the third time. The organism was given and named Plasmodium.